Morning, Dan. How are you?
Gosh.
Hi, Frank.
Morning. Can you hear me, please?
Sí,
Goody, goody.
Dan, ¿por qué no te veo?
porque sí.
Porque sí.
Morning, everyone. Let's just wait for a minute, please. We're going to be waiting for the rest of the guys to come up, and then we can just begin the class. Let's see. We have 8 people minus me. That will make 7. That means that we're missing 7 more. As I mentioned to you, we will give it a 5-minute break, and then after that, we're just going to begin with whoever is here. The rest of the people who join after that are going to have 1 break less. All right, so let's just wait to see if somebody else. Okay, Romin is here. There you are. Welcome, Romy. Now, as you may have noticed, I have silenced all of you, and you guys don't have the option to activate the microphone, which is the way that we're going to be working to begin with. Just in order to avoid to have too many people talking at the same time, especially the way that you guys work, like talking at the same time. Yes or no, Paul? Morning, morning, everyone. Let's see if we have somebody else. So we have 10 minus 1 for me. That will make 9. We're still missing 5 more guys. And it's 8:31. So once again, please, let's just give it a 3 more minute time, and then we just begin the class itself. All right. Just give me 1 minute, please. I have the bosses next to me. All right, in regards to the systems for virtual classes, we have, 1 second, we have Emilia Espinosa and Sebas Pavon joining us. We have 12 minus 1, that will make 11. We're still missing 3. All right, so I'm gonna give it 1 more minute and then hopefully we can begin. Okay, so Andrea, Cadena is here, Paul, Kevin, Daira, Romina, Carla, Isma, Sebas Pavon. Welcome, Sebas. How are you? We got Emmy, Salo, and Dan, who is suddenly turned black. Hi, Dan. All right, so we're missing 3 people. Can somebody please just type whoever is missing on the class so I can just take the assistance? Thank you. Okay, so far I can see that we're missing Jose, right? We're missing Danny Barreiro, and Esteban just requested to join us. Okay, so welcome Esteban. Esteban is joining us. So then we're just missing 2, which will be Jose and Danny. Okay, Danny Barreiro is requesting, so we're just missing Jose right now. Good morning, Danny. How are you? Welcome to our chat. And I believe we're ready to begin. All righty. Now, let's see. Just do something. Jose is back, so we are admitting him. And welcome everyone, and happy St. Patrick's Day to all of you. Today, as you may know, or in case you don't know, is 17th of March, which makes St. Patrick's Day. So please, every single one of you who's not wearing anything green needs to pinch yourselves. Okay, and I can see you right now, most of you, except Paul, who has green. All right, Salo has an apple. All right. There you are. That's for the memes, okay? Remember, don't send any memes. That was one of the rules. Don't make fun of your teacher. Come on, you really think that I enjoy doing this? No, of course I enjoy, because I really, really love teaching, and it is a difficult moment for you. Damn it, I'm just eating all my hair. Sorry, let me just put it down here. All right, now, guys, I know this is a difficult time for all of us, and especially with those measures that the mayor decided yesterday to inform the people. We are literally grounded into our houses. So we need to do the best that we can. We need to make the best out of the situation. We cannot just sit down and wallow and cry and just like, oh my God, I want to see my friends. But we just need to try to make the best out of this situation. And as I said, let's just enjoy it. Today is St. Patrick's, so let's just have fun of it. And the purpose of this class, as I mentioned to you before, is going to be really, really, really like a briefing class for you guys to just review in regards of the FCE speaking part, okay? Now, we need to make, what do you have in there, Paul? Can you put it closer to the screen? I cannot see it. Frank, can we practice the career? Oh, for fuck. Paul, I'm recording this class. Like, don't make me say those words. You know, they're not so much into me. And please don't come and say that you want to use the toilet, yeah? All right, good. Kevin, I want to see your hands up. I want to see that you're moving and you're not eating and you're not playing. What is it that you play? Not Minecraft. What is it? Whatever you spend your money on. All right. So please just behave. All right. Okay. So really quick. Okay, we're gonna be there. You are. What is it? Tony. There you are. Milky, coffee, apples. Good. I have my tea. So I'm enjoying double dose of tea because I cannot drink coffee. So I'm just killing myself with tea. All right. Okay, guys, let's just begin. Let's just get ready for today's activity. Just if you give me 1 minute, again, I'm in the situation where directives are just calling me, so just give me 1 minute. All right, guys, I'm gonna make you famous for a while because directives. Hello, directives. This is my class with third batch. Say hi, guys. Everybody say hi. We're ready. We're celebrating St. Patrick's. And there you are. That's our board for today. And the guys are ready to be and excited and dope to be in the class. So I'm going to be away for the chat for a few minutes. Bye-bye. All righty. Okay, so as I was telling you, we're going to be working today, and you know this Zoom has like a 40-minute limit activity, and after 40 minutes, it's just going to shut down, so it's not going to take long. What I really, really want every single one of you is just to please give me just like 10 minutes of your time. Then we're going to have a session for like questions and answers, and then we're going to proceed with the stuff, okay? So before we begin, please, anybody who has any question about the current situation or about the arrangements that we're doing or the teachers are having, how we're working, please just type your question on the group chat so we can just all of us see, and then we can just proceed, okay? Right, where the hell is Ismael? He was here, he just left. I know Ismael's missing. Where is Ismael? I got the invitation, but then he just left. Daira, could you please call him right now and tell him that, Jesus, come in line. He's behind the schedule, you know? Oops, let me just put this down. There. All right. Right. Okay. He has an internet problem. All right. Okay. So we'll be pending on Isma, sorry, as soon as he arrives. Frank in the chat, too many people is using it. My connection failed, teacher, because many people connected in my house. All right. Change the password. All right. Yeah, no, but no, Ismail is saying that too many people are using the internet in his house, not in here. So it's not a problem with the Zoom because we worked yesterday with a bunch of people also. I just did another trial with like 30 people and it worked perfectly. So it's not Zoom. All right. Okay. Now, once again, please, let's just organize ourselves so we can work this quickly and we are not wasting time. Anybody has any issues with what's going on? What are you guys laughing? Oh, because of my answer. All right. Anybody has any issues with the connection or with the way that we're working? Anybody has any problem? No? No? Everybody's okay? Please just wobble your head. Something. I can see you. No? Okay. Good. Goody, goody, goody. Now, well, it's okay, Jose. If you cannot activate the camera, it's completely okay. Don't worry. We can just see. We can just like just type here. All right. Now, what I'm trying to do with all the teachers is that we're trying to encourage teachers to use the technologies and to use Zoom and to use like videos and everything that they have done, and not just refrain from just using a several activities that they're gonna post and you have to comply for a certain time. Okay. It's going to depend on the teacher, it's going to depend on connectivity, it's going to depend on a lot of factors, but it's all up to you. Dara, I swear God, if you're making memes of me with this hat, I'm going to kill you. All right, because I can see you and Emilia laughing. So I know you're chatting, so relax, okay? All righty. So for today's activity, right? Listen, guys, we're really, really, really behind the schedule on the preparation for the FCE. Okay, Esteban, what you did. There you are. You see, I look like a nice elf. I look like a very angelical elf. Now, Esteban, could you please make sure you put this, could you please make sure you put this photo as a profile for the group? One second. I will. All right. Okay. Good. Now, while Esteban, you just continue clowning around and playing and everything. One second. Isma is asking for admission. Okay. Isma is back. Now Isma is back. There you are. You see, I look like such a nice angel. Listen, funny fact, and you guys are gonna laugh about it. I'm sorry, guys, I'm gonna go and look for all my old pictures. And there was a once a time when I was like in preschool or something, and I had to come out dressed like an elf. My face is the same. I swear, God, it's the same. You guys are gonna laugh a bit. I'm gonna look for the photo. I'm gonna do like before and after. Anyways, okay, really good. Now everybody's here. Now let's get ready to work. Stop clowning around. Stop taking pictures of your teacher and making fun of him because he's gonna go viral on the St. Patrick's network, and I'm gonna be in everybody's pages or something, right? Stop eating my hair. All right. Now, for the activities that we're gonna be working today, okay, I'm gonna be sending you some files. Okay, I'm gonna be sending you some files through the group. Okay, and what I want you to do is to please make sure you take the time. You're gonna have a few minutes for you to read the instructions I'm gonna give you in sets, okay? And then we're gonna have a question and answer session, all right? Everybody understand what we need to do? Alrighty. So I'm gonna be sending you the files. Let me just check if I can send it from here. Or if not, no, I got to think the easiest thing is gonna be sending it to you through WhatsApp, all right? So I'm gonna be sending you the images right now so you guys can start looking at them, and they're going to be going through the group. All right, photos and videos. We're going to be looking for documents, third batch, Zoom. All right, and we're going to be working with the first two. All right, okay. Right, so you guys should have right now the files. I sent you two files on the group chat, okay? So I want you to please take the time, okay? It's like 8:45 on my clock. So you guys around 8:50, you guys are gonna have 5 minutes. I want you to take the time, read those two files, read those two contents, and then, all right, then we can start working on that one, all right? So take the time, read them. It's pretty straightforward. And I want to be working with you guys on the two sections of the first two sections of the speaking part. The speaking part one of the FCE, which you already know, is the time where the proctor or the instructor is going to ask you to talk about yourself, right? It's going to ask you to talk about yourself. And in those pictures that I sent you, you see the first picture. It said the part one is a conversation between the examiner and each candidate and lasts 2 minutes. All right. You are asked questions about yourself, your family, your hobbies and interests, your studies or your work, your likes and dislikes. Questions may also be about your past experiences and your future plans. Okay. Now, as I mentioned to you before, it is very important that when you are doing this part, try to cover the information as much as you can about yourself. All right. That means do not have anything memorized, all right? Do not memorize these things, but do have a plan, okay? You must have a plan in regards of what you're gonna be saying about yourself, all right? In the second photo, that I sent you, it has like the do's or don'ts, all right? So how to do part number one. Don't prepare detailed answers before you go to the exam, all right? That means that don't memorize, all right? It says don't memorize the answer to possible questions because they will, the proctor, the guy who's gonna grade you, will notice that and you're not going to get grades. So you need to just speak from yourself, all right? Once again, you need to have a path in regards, okay, you know, if they ask me like, okay, one of the common questions they're gonna ask in this part is gonna be like, uh, how's the city where you live in? What do you like what do you like the most about the city where you live in, right? So you already know. I mean, you already have an idea in regards of what you're going to be saying, all the stuff, but don't prepare the answers. Everybody clear on that part? Yes? Wobble your head up and down, side to side if you're not. Yes, everybody? Okay, Danny, how's the sandwich? Is it good? Goody. All right, good for you. You're having breakfast. And breakfast is the most important meal of the day, regardless of what other nutritionists said. All righty. Second part, you have to make sure that you know the vocabulary you need to talk about your studies, your job, your family, your town, and your free time activities. So for example, let's say Isabella and Danny, you both like to play football, right? So you need to be aware of all the information, like most of the vocabulary that is related to about football, right? You know, I like to train, I like to practice. My practices, my training takes place, I don't know, in the afternoon from like 3 in the afternoon till 6 in the afternoon, right? But at that point in time, you cannot just be thinking, ¿cómo se dice entrenamiento? You know what I mean? So you need to make sure that you have that vocabulary already nailed down, all right? So for example, I don't know, let's say Paul. Paul, I'm gonna habilitate the microphone right now to you, and I want you to tell me, right, what is your favorite activity? What is your favorite activity in the afternoon, like after school hours? What is your favorite activity?
Do you hear me, Frank?
Yeah, I can hear you. Just go ahead, talk.
So, hello guys. My favorite activity in the afternoon, I think that is viewing videos, chatting with my friends, also viewing Netflix and eating eating something without gluten. Despite sometimes there is like a tango at my desk and I can resist to it. Other things to classify my cards, to play football, FIFA 20, a good game. I recommend to everyone play it. Also Call of Duty and the game that Kevin always wastes his money is Fortnite, and I also like to play, but
That's the bot. Okay, we're gonna pause you right there, Paul.
months I'm studying.
Okay, Paul, I'm gonna pause it right now. Okay, your silence. I don't want to hear your voice. All right, so that's the thing. You need to be prepared in order to, you know, face this activity in the best case, in the best way, just by having all the information that you require in regards of your activities, in regards of your life, in regards of your family, ready. Okay. So, for example, let's say, Daira, this question goes for you. I'm gonna activate the audio. Daira, how many members of your family, how many members of your family live with you? All right. I cannot start your audio. Okay, there you go. No, wait, there you
Yes.
are. There you are. Okay, there you are. Go ahead.
Can you repeat the question?
Yeah, how many members of your family or which members of your family live at home with you?
4 members of my family live in my house.
Okay. Come on, feed me up. Feed me up.
Okay. My mom, my little brother, my dad, and me. I don't know.
Right. Okay, listen, Daya, my suggestion to you. All right, you gave me the answer to my question, but you didn't structure it in a sentence. So you need to make sure, like, for example, okay, well, that's a funny question, you know, because everybody thinks that I come from a big family, but it's not that big family if you think about it. Like I live with my mom and my dad. Both of them work, so they don't spend time in my house. So most of my time I spend it with my little brother, my younger brother. Well, he's not that little anymore. He's like in first batch, but for me, he's still my younger brother. He's still my baby brother or whatever. You know what I mean? But don't just stick, and this goes for everyone. Don't just stick to give you like one word answer or two words answer. You know what I mean? Always try to make a sentence out of the questions they ask you. Okay? You got it there?
Okay.
All right. Good. Now that is, I'm gonna silence you there. I don't want to hear you. Okay. Now, that is the thing in regards of part one. All right. Everybody has seen those information I sent you right now in regards of the speaking, right? For part one. Now, okay, now we're gonna move on. Now we're gonna move on into the topic of the class. The topic of today's class was for going through the activity of speaking in part two. Okay, we're gonna go into the activity of speaking in part two. So right now, I'm gonna send you again two more files. Okay, I'm gonna send you two more files into the WhatsApp group for you guys to read it. And don't forget, if you have any questions, just have it ready because we're gonna go through a question and answer session. Alrighty, just give me 1 minute. I'm gonna go to WhatsApp. Okay, and English. We're gonna be sending you two more files. Okay. File four. Okay. Same process. Please take the time to read the information in regards of part two. Okay. We get information in part two. I'm gonna send you some other files that you need for this one. It's gonna be a bit more, but take the time to read them in regards of what to do. Okay. Oh my God, what happened to Jose? Why you change your number? This you're too important. Okay, Esteban, Esteban, you're the what you call it, the administrator, the manager for the group. Please make sure you add this number, and somebody once that he's on the group, forward all the information. Ah, because somebody robbed you. Okay. Where's Esteban? Esteban is not on camera, but Esteban, please make sure that you link Jose to his new group. All right. Okay, Daira, you're the manager. Daira, you take care of it. You're the manager of the group, of the WhatsApp group. Instead of chatting with Isma, get Jose's new number. Jose, just type your new number here on the Zoom group so we can add you to it or send a message to Daira or whatever, however you want to do it. But just add Jose to this group, would you? Thank you. Okay, in the meantime, the rest of you, please take a look at the two photos I sent you for part two, okay? And in a few minutes, we're gonna read them through. Just work into it, especially the part on how to do part two, okay? Once again, you're gonna have like 3-4 more minutes and then we're gonna go with it. Okay, Daira, please make sure you forward these 4 photos I have sent so far to you guys in the group. Send it to Jose so Jose can have the information to work with. Stop sending stickers on the group. Damn it, get to work. Okay, Jose, I'm gonna send it to you again, although Dara was supposed to send it. Thank you, Dara. Instead of you chatting, you should be helping your coworker. I cannot hear you. Thank God for that. Okay. Here we go again. I'm gonna send again the 4 files, okay, guys? So don't get angry, don't download them. Don't get pissed if you repeat the files. But here's the 4 files again, all right? And remember that we need to work on the last 2 right now. Please take the time to read them, and then we can proceed, all right? We have like 1 more minute before we go. We have 1 more minute. So everybody should be ready to that one, right? Everybody should get those files ready. You should get familiar with them, right? Now, all right, let's see if we can begin. Let's see if we can begin. All right. Okay, so in the first photo, right, it says part 2, all right? So in part 2, as I told you, you work alone. Nobody's gonna be working with you. Remember, at the first time, in the first part, you are having a direct interaction with the proctor, right? He comes, he asks you something, you respond, you try to respond in the structured sentences, and you interact with the proctor. In part 2, you are gonna be working by yourself. So how is this going to happen? Remember, I told you, whenever you're going to give the speaking part, you're going to be going with somebody else. In this case, because we're going to be giving the test in the school, you're going to go with somebody that you already know. All right? It's going to be one of your students, one of your friends. It's going to be somebody from other class, but it's going to be somebody from St. Patrick's. All right? So the examiner is going to give you 2 photos, okay, on the same topic to speak about. All right? We already went through this. Remember. Now, I'm going to send you right now on WhatsApp a sample, all right? I'm going to send you a sample of what the proctor is going to show you, okay? So the proctor is going to give you literally something very, very similar to this document, okay? It's going to give you something very similar to this, okay? So everybody should be looking at the photo that I just sent you right now, okay? And you need, okay, once again, he asks you to speak for 1 minute. Compare the photos. That is the key word. I cannot stress this enough for all of you. Please, you must compare the photos that we sent you, all right? That they provide you, and then you need to, okay, what's the FCE detection change? What is, okay, listen, guys, 1 second. Let's just concentrate on the class, and then we can do the question and answer, okay, session. Don't freak out, okay? 1 second. At this point of time, Paul, at this point of time, as I tell you, each section of the test, the speaking part is going to be divided into 4 sections. The first section of part 1, you interact directly with the proctor. Yes, your friend is there, the other student is going to be next to you, but you don't interact with him at this point. Not yet. Part 1 is the communication directly between you and the proctor. Everybody understand that? Please wobble your head left to right or up to down. Yes, everybody understand. All right. Part 2 is going to be only you, nobody else. The proctor is going to give you these photographs, the 2 photos, and the question. So you take a look at this, and then you start answering the question by comparing the photographs and answering the question. Once again, at this point of time, you still do not interact with the person next to you. That doesn't mean that while the guy next to you is answering the question, you're gonna be just like putting your finger inside your nose or just fucking cleaning your ear. Nothing. That means that at this point of time, you must, and it's important that you must be aware of what the answer that he's giving. Okay? Why? Because at the end of the exam, at the end of this part, the proctor will ask you a very small question in regards of your friend's answer. Do you understand that? So you need to be aware at all times of what everything is being said or what people are saying. Everybody understand that? Please wobble your head up and down. Yes or no? Yeah, good. Goody. Now, here's the thing. Most of the people, okay, again, Jose left. Well, Jose is with Lone George, and I believe the internet connection is quite bad over there, so it's understandable he's up and down. All right, but please just make sure that you pass the information. I'm gonna try to upload this video or just have it ready. Hopefully the virtual class is gonna let me upload. If not, I'm gonna upload into the YouTube channel that I have. I'm gonna put the link into the virtual classes so everybody can just go back to this one and just not for making memes of your teacher, but just to review the topic that we have covered. All right. So now, whenever you're giving this stuff, okay, I'm gonna send you right now 3 more photographs, okay, in regards of what to do, okay, 2 options in regards of what to do, how to approach this, and you as a student, you need to decide which is the best option, all right? Not me, but you. You need to choose, all right, you know what? This is the best option for me, or the other one. When to use it, which one is correct? It's completely up to the photograph, because sometimes Kevin just keeps popping in and out. Kevin, please stop playing your games, okay? Stop playing whatever you're playing so the bandwidth can be dedicated for the class. All right, so it's completely up to you and depends on the photograph. For example, right now, if you see the photo that I sent you, it's pretty much straightforward, right? Everybody understands what's happening in that situation. Everybody knows what the photo is about, so you understand and you can express what's happening, right? But there are gonna be times, I don't know if you remember last time when I sent you photos and there was one girl who was working in a workshop with some like materials or something, that it was very difficult to figure out what the hell was she was doing, right? So you need to make sure that you use any of the 2 strategies that I'm gonna be sending to you right now. And these are gonna be the strategies that you need to become familiar with, all right? That you need to become familiar with in order to answer this. Okay, so strategy number 1, which is, all right, strategy number 1 is comparing the photos. It is very important that you compare the photos, all right? You cannot just refrain from just describing the photos. I don't want you to describe photos. You need to compare the photos. So you need to go, okay, this one is doing that. So in the first photo, there's a girl who looks as if she's chatting on the internet or sending an email. Whereas in the second photo, 2 oldish people are sitting together on a park bench and gossiping or telling each other stories, right? So you see what they're doing. They're not describing only one photo and then describing the other photo. They're comparing the 2 photos, right? The other example, I think that while the first photo shows that you can have a good time communicating electronically with your friends all over the world, second photo shows that traditional forms of communication with friends are best because you're face to face and can laugh together and look into each other's eyes and hold hands. You got it? So please do not describe the photos. Always try to alternate between both of them, comparing, right? That's one strategy. The other photo, the photo number 7, is about speculating. Speculating means when you're not sure what's happening in there. So you're just guessing. You're just imagining what is happening, what is going on with that photo. So in the first photo, I can see a girl who looks as if she's chatting on the internet. Pero por favor, oigan, tigres, lean las palabras que están con negrillas de ahí en las fotos que les acabo de enviar. Esas son palabras claves que ustedes como estudiantes, al momento de dar la evaluación, si ustedes utilizan este tipo de vocabulario, van a obtener más puntos. Es decir, si ustedes utilizan dentro del momento de especular, utilizan looks as if, perhaps, might, probably, could be. ¿Te das cuenta? Ese vocabulario es el que les va a dar a ustedes puntos extra al momento de realizar esta prueba. If you take a look at photo 6, once again, whereas, on the other hand, on both photos, however, in the first photo, if you use that vocabulary, it's going to give you extra points. So try to, once again, work in a structured sentence, use vocabulary that is corresponding to the level of English that we want to attach, that we want to get, and it will be the way that you are going to get extra points. Everybody understand up to there? Yes? Okay, now before the times run down, before they close, because I believe I have like the few more minutes, okay? And if it closes, don't worry, I'm gonna create another account. I'm gonna send you the link, the invitation through the group, okay? So don't worry, don't freak out if this class is finished. We're gonna go with the other one, all right? So now the thing that we shouldn't do, the thing where we shouldn't do is that we cannot just refer to the photos. We cannot just describe the photos, okay? So what we shouldn't do is, in the first photo, there is a girl who is working on the computer. In the second photo, there are two old people hugging each other. That's not what I want, because you're not doing the first thing that the instructor is asking you, which is compare the photos. Please pay attention to all this information, because it's going to be very important at the moment that we're going to be doing the last activity, all right? The last activity, which is going to be your homework, because you're bloody home, so everything is going to be homework. So your activity at home is going to be that you need to literally send me, okay, once again, an audio message, okay, an audio voicemail or something, all right? And I leave it completely up to you. I leave it completely up to you. For me, I believe it will be a lot easier if every single one of you send me the audio by WhatsApp, okay? But if any of you wants to make the audio on your computer and upload it into the virtual classes and send it to me to the virtual classes, it's completely up to you, all right? But just keep in mind that the deadline for submitting the audio is gonna be at 11 today. So my suggestion, as soon as we're done with this class, as soon as we finish with this and we clear all the questions that you guys may have, go out, take the time, send me the voicemail with the answer, okay? And once again, if you take a look at the examiner, the part that I tell you, right? It says that the examiner gives you two photos on the same topic. He speaks to you. He asks you to speak for 1 minute. Okay, so your audio, your voice note or your audio file should not be less than 1 minute. All right, and you need to make sure that in that audio you compare the photos and you answer the question. The question is the question that is on the top of the photograph, right? If you see the photograph, it says like, I would like you to compare the photographs and say what you think is enjoyable about communicating in these ways, right? That is the question. So when you compare the both photographs, you need to compare the photographs and you need to answer that question to me. Everybody understand that? Please wobble your head. Raise your hand if you don't have a camera because you're doing some naughty things. Thank you, Dan. Esteban. I think Esteban is just in a completely different party. Esteban, are you here? Jose, Kevin, they're in a complete different party. They probably just let the thing up and they just left. Esteban, Jose, what you doing? I'm here. All right. How long should the audio be? The audio should be no less than 1 minute, okay? But please do not exceed the 1 minute 30, okay? 1 minute and 30 seconds, do not exceed it. Because the proctor is gonna tell you, hey, yeah, enough. All right. If you look at the information on how to do it, remember it says like yeah, speak for 1 minute. If you look at the how to do part number 2, point number 8, it says speak for 1 complete minute. Keep speaking until the proctor or the examiner says, okay, thank you. You got it? But don't just talk for like 30 seconds and just be like uncomfortable silence, awkward silence, and then you hear a cricket on the background, like, crick, crick, crick. No, you need to talk for 1 minute. You need to be prepared because sometimes you hear, oh, it's 1 minute. Don't worry, that's a piece of cake. I can speak for 1 minute. But remember, speaking for 1 minute, it takes a lot of energy and it takes a lot of skills for you to do it. All right. So make sure that you have your act together. Make sure you're ready to go for it. All right. Now, I'm gonna cancel this class. Okay, I'm gonna cancel this class. I'm gonna create a new meeting. I'm gonna send you the link so we don't get interrupted in the middle of the next explanation. Right. In the meantime, while I create a new class, please make sure you take a look at speaking part 2, all the documents I send you for speaking part 2, okay, starting from photo 3, photo 4, photo 5, 6, and 7, all right? Start looking at those photographs, and then I'm gonna create a link and send it to you by the WhatsApp group, all right? Okay, See you in a bit. See you in a bit. Bye, bye, bye.